We're at a cafe called Chongsudang and it is really beautiful. This cafe definitely had a very peaceful and relaxing vibe. I don't usually drink caffeine, but matcha is a flavor that I do enjoy. But in Korea, it's a little hard to find non-dairy alternatives, so I only had a little bit. In this cafe, there are a lot of places to sit, and you can also sit right in front of all of this greenery. After drinking my matcha latte, we got a castella cake, which is very similar to a cloud cake. It tastes like an egg tart and it is so delicious. I was struggling to scoop out some of it, and this is why I am not a food vlogger. 같이 있었는데 저 없어졌어요. Off to my next cafe. This is a really popular cafe here in Korea. It is called Kurim Cafe or a 2D cafe. So it looks like you're in a drawing. So in English, you would read this cafe as Grim Cafe, but it's actually Kurim Cafe, and Kurim means drawing in Korean. Right when you walk in, you feel like you're in a sketchbook, and I really liked all of the aesthetics in here. I ordered a grapefruit aid and it was so delicious. It was probably one of the best drinks I've had in Korea so far. I opted to sit next to the window so that I could people watch and just see what life is like for people who live in Korea. After drinking my aid, I called a Kakao Taxi and then I was off to my next cafe. I am now at Stylenanda and they have a cool cafe in here too. Stylenanda not only has clothes, but they also sell makeup and beauty products as well. So I was able to check out a few of the things. But if you go up to the 4th floor, there is a cafe. Okay, to the cafe we go. Because Korea's land is a little bit smaller, they have to build everything upwards. There are 2 locations. There's one in Yeonnam-dong and then this is the one in Hongdae. And a lot of people told me that the Hongdae one is prettier because they also have the blue pool theme. I got a green mango aid and it was also really delicious. I sat in different spots so that I can show you guys how versatile the seating is. I went cafe hopping on a weekday afternoon and I like the fact that there weren't that many people out. But I know on the weekends it's probably very crowded. 2 more cafes. I was able to find everything on my own by wandering the streets, and if you ever get lost, you can always ask someone by pointing to an address. Trying to navigate myself there. It is walking distance. I think I'm getting closer. On Google Maps, I can't navigate, so I've just been following the little blue dot, which is me, and then getting to my destination. So the next cafe I went to is actually a sheep cafe or a nature cafe, so you can find 2 little sheep hanging out. Struggled for a little bit, but I found the little sheep cafe. I feel like food in Korea is pretty affordable, but the drinks are very similar to US prices. These 2 little buddies hung out the whole entire time and they didn't want to leave each other's sight. I have had so many aids in Korea, so I never heard of that before. I've heard of lemonade and things like that, but in Korea they add a fruit concentrate with some tonic water or sparkling water, and it tastes really good here, so aids are incredibly popular. This next cafe is called a dog cafe, so the emphasis is not on the drinks and the food, but more on the animals. You put your stuff in a locker, and then you'll come outside and you'll find...
만지실 수 있으신데 만지실 때 지각이 되네요. 네. 그래서 귀 쪽 빼고 만져주시는 게 좋습니다. 등 쪽이나 등 쪽. 친구들한테 이렇게 가셔서 냄새를 맡게 해주시면 안 일어나네. 일어나고 이렇게 하나씩 손바닥에 주시면서 쓰다쓰다 해주시면 아이들이 좋아요.
고맙습니다. 안녕. 괜찮아? 뭐 먹고 싶어? 깎아 있는데? I was worried about the dogs, but they seemed very happy to be able to be pet and fed all day long. And there's also self-serve coffee.
얘네들이 쌍둥이에요. 미친 마시면 얘네 아빠가 있어요.
안녕. 네, 고맙습니다.
예쁘다. 아이 이뻐요. 아이 너무 귀여워.
After After hanging out with the doggos, I decided to explore around the area. If you're ever confused, some subway stations have this type of map which tells you which direction the subway is moving, and I think it's really helpful. A little reflection. I feel like 1, it's a lot of drinks to order. 2, I appreciate how thoughtful all of these cafes are, because in LA, our cafes don't really look like that, but every single one was unique, and I feel like it's a great place to just study or to chat with a friend. And all of them have restrooms, which is really helpful because it's kind of hard to find a restroom when you're wandering around in Korea. But cafes are an excellent place. Good morning. I decided to go cafe hopping again today, so I'm just gonna check out 2 places that are really popular in Gangnam. This is actually right next to the place that I am going, but this is just as cute. I actually don't drink coffee and I don't really eat sweets, so cafe hopping is a totally different experience, I'm sure, if you love all of those things, because Korea has just so many cafes. Okay, so we're gonna check out Mama Dosan, which is also called Mammamia on the map. A lot of cafes in Korea have a concept or theme, and so this one was a floral vibe. There were flower pots everywhere, and you can see all of the different flowers, and they also had really good pastries too. They also specialized in crepe cakes. I found a seat outside because it was 10 o'clock in the morning, so it wasn't too hot yet. I got their Hakuna Matata, which was a brewed tea, and I just put it in some ice. I got a strawberry matcha crepe cake. I'm just gonna have a little bit. I love strawberries and I love matcha, so all of that together just tastes so good. I appreciated how that cafe was not too sweet, and I was able to eat the crepes and the strawberries without as much cream. So this next cafe was right above Kakao Friends. It's called Knotted, and Kakao Friends is just like Line Friends, except it's for Kakao Talk. Knotted specializes in different cakes, and they also have donuts as well as cronuts. Each giant cronut or donut is about $2.30 USD, and then I was able to buy a cake for about $12 as well. Later, I'm meeting my mom's friend, and so I got them a little cake. I think Korea is great because there's just so much to do here, and if you don't want to work at home, you can always go to a cafe and work, and there's so many things to see, so many places to shop, and they're all really, really cute. But I'm sure people who live here on a day-to-day, they just also like to stay home. But I realized for me, I've never been to a place where I thought, I just want to stay here and never go home. I am such a homebody that I actually do miss just staying home because I've been going out every single day. But making these Korean journals have been quite fun.